So, we've done a few of these style of problems. We had issues with it yesterday and not knowing how to do it, so we're going to struggle ourselves through it again today, because sooner or later you'll realize that you've been doing this problem since Algebra 1. Okay? And you should be able to handle it now as Algebra 3ers. Okay? So I'll give you a couple minutes to try it. First thing we got to do, Chima. No. Well, I mean, we can. Okay. We really can find the slope at any point in time, sure. Okay. I'm going to put it as step number 2, but we'll do it first, okay? All right. So the slope between those 2 points, right? Okay, what do you got? So I went 8 minus a negative 4 all over 6 minus a negative 2. So that's 12/8, which is 3/2. Love it. Okay, good job. Faith, next. Or first, whichever one you prefer. We got to find the midpoint, because that's the bisector part of the perpendicular bisector. What did you come up with? You did not find the midpoint yet? You could probably do it while I'm writing it out. Oh, put that thing away. 6 plus negative 2 divided by 2. 8 plus negative 4 divided by 2. See how easy that was without a calculator? What we got next? Just flip? Sure. Because what do we need? The blue is the bisector part, right? We need, what's the other part? Okay, so I need to find the perpendicular slope, right? Okay. Do you remember how to find perpendicular slope? Flip is part of it, but it's not the only thing. No? SB? No? Don't know? Samantha? Angeline? No? Okay. Opposite reciprocal. So what is the perpendicular slope then? Negative 2/3. Okay. Kylie, now what do we do? Okay. Brett, what do we do? Russell? What do we do?
Make it 3 over negative 2?
No.
Negative 3 over 2?
No. Yeah. Sensing my frustration from the first class coming back, boiling up inside. Is that your bill?
Is it time to put it into an equation?
Okay, what equation do you want to use?
Could we use point slope?
Why would I want to use the point slope?
Because you have 2 points in this slope.
I have the slope, and I really have 3 points, really. I really have 2 slopes and 3 points. Okay? So which point and which slope am I going to use?
I'm gonna use the midpoint, 2,
Okay.
2, and 6.5.
That's 2 points.
Or, sorry.
I need a slope. So the point we're going to use is the blue like that. Okay, I like the blue because that's the bisector part. Okay, and which slope do I want to use? You can just give me the color. Give me another chance.
Yeah.
Why do I want to use the red one?
Because that's the perpendicular.
That's the perpendicular part of the perpendicular bisector. Okay, all right. Bear, what equation am I going to use? Or I shouldn't say it. Let me rephrase that because you already answered this question. What is the point slope form?
Is it y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1?
The only part that I don't like about that is you're speaking of it. Okay? You understand what I mean? Okay? I know what you mean, but just like if I go into a French class, I'm not going to start speaking German. You know what I mean? Okay? So what you're trying to say there, Bear, is you're going to use the point slope form, which is y minus y sub 1. Yep. Okay? Equals m times the quantity, because that opens the parentheses, x minus x sub 1. Yep. Okay? All right? All right? Like it? What do I know? Oop. Oops, I shouldn't see up there.
No y sub 1, x sub 1 with m.
Okay, so it's going to end up looking like y minus 2 equals
Negative 2/3
negative 2/3 times the quantity
x minus 2.
minus 2. Oops, that second 2 should be a blue 2. Okay.
Distribute.
Okay. Make it look pretty. Okay. Should make it back to you. So how am I going to make how am I going to make this one look pretty? Okay, so what would you do to get y by itself? Add 2 to both sides. Now, can I ask you an even personaler type question? On the left side, I'm going to add 2, correct? Okay. What am I going to add on the right side? To make it easier for me. Yep, 6/3. Because that's equal to 2, right? And now I'm in common denominators. Fantastic. So this final answer here is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 10/3. Okay? Love it. Good warm up. By the way, that should have only taken us maybe 2 minutes. A minute for you to do it the first time and a minute for me to go through it. Okay? Just so you know. Okay? Because that truly is, and that's an Algebra 1 geometry level problem. Okay? All right? So, just so you know. Write the equation of a circle with center at 3, negative 2 and a radius of the square root of 5. Faith, we're back to you. What would you do first in this problem? I know it's brand new, but I think you could handle it. Want to make the equation of a circle. What would you start with? There's no vertex in a circle, just so you know. So you would probably write down the equation first, is what I'm hearing you would do, right? Okay. So the equation of a circle is what? Quantity squared. Okay. Mad Dog, do I know anything in that equation? What do I know? What's the radius? What else do I know? What's h? What's k? Love it. So this would become x minus 3 plus y minus negative 2 equals square root of 5 squared. SB? Can I pretty that up? Yeah? Okay, we'll work left to right. Pretty that one up? Can I do anything other than put it in one color? Can I do anything with this one? No, because remember, I want it to look like the black, right? Okay, so that one's going to stay x minus 3 quantity squared. With me? What about this one? No, that one I don't like. Do I like minus and negative? What do I like instead? Plus. So y plus 2? SC. Okay, pretty up the right side. What? Oh, yeah. But what does it become? No. No. Well, okay, yeah, it would be really, because it'd be the square root of 5 times the square root of 5, which is the square root of 25, which is just 5. Yeah. Yeah. When you square a square root, the square root sign just goes away. Yep. So we just write down the inside. Okay. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the equation of a circle centered at the point 3 comma negative 2 with a radius of the square root of 5. Okay. That's going to be half of the problems today is going to look like that one. Okay. So let's try it now with this one. Okay, different style, same thing, or same type, I should say. Find the equation of a circle with center at the origin, and it's passing through the given point. Okay, so this one now is centered at the origin, and it's going to pass through. We'll do, here actually, let me just do this. Let me throw a little shade on there so we don't get confused with that other point. Right there. Okay. So, what would you do first in this one? Okay. What do I need in said equation? I need the center and the radius. Do I have the center? Yes. What is it? 0, 0. Do I have the radius? No. Row. So how am I going to find the radius? Would you like a picture? Okay, right? So I've got a circle here, right? And it's got a center, okay? And then I've got a point that's on the circle. So how would I find that radius? Jacob, how would I find it? Not sure? Janelle, how would I find the radius? Got the center. I got a point on the circle. How am I going to find the radius? MDX, you're our last hope. Sadly, I know that you all know this. What you got, Bear? Nope, that's slope. Rise over run is slope.
So all distances on a circle the same, so it would just be 2.
It would not be 2. But what would I want to find? 2. I'm going to find the distance. Yeah. The radius here is equal to the distance from the center to the point. Okay? Not slope, distance. Okay? Right? So I need to find the distance. Distance formula again was what? Okay? Sub
2 minus x sub 1
quantity squared
plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1
quantity squared. And then you said big square root over all of that. Love it. Clea, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to calculate the distance, or the radius. Square root of 20? Because the center is at 0, 0, so that's my second point. Okay? Square root of 20, did you say, dear?
Yeah.
Kylie, did you back her up on that? Square root of 20?
No, I put it in the wrong place.
Doesn't matter. Should still get the square root of 20. Because if I've got 2 points, right, the distance going this way to that point should be the same as the distance going that way to that point, right? So did you get the square root of 20 also?
Sure.
Because you should have. Now, if I was asking for the radius, would I like the square root of 20 as an answer? Why not? It's not in simplest radical form. I want 2 square roots of 5 there instead. Okay? Here, am I asking for what the radius is? No. So I can leave it as the square root of 20. Because if I look ahead to step number 2, step number 2 is, I'm going to use the equation, because now I've got the center and I've got the radius. What am I going to do with that radius, Brett?
Square.
I'm going to square it. So that's just going to get rid of my radical. So it doesn't pay to simplify it when I'm just going to get rid of it in the next step. Okay? So then here in this last, so now I can use the equation x minus 0 is just x squared. Y minus 0 is just y squared. And the square root of 20 squared is just 20. So the equation of my circle is x squared plus y squared equals 20. Okay? Same center point, 0, 0, but now I would like you to find with B here the equation of the circle centered at the origin passes through the point 5, negative 12. I get x squared plus y squared equals 169 for a circle centered at the origin that goes through the point 5, negative 12. Questions on that? Try that one. Same style of problem. Just now, center's not at the origin. If it's not equals. X minus 2 quantity squared plus y plus 4 quantity squared equals the square root of 73 squared, which is just 73. Okay? Sam, can I ask you a question?
Probably won't have the answer, but go for it.
It's an easy one, I think. What are the different ways that a line can intersect a circle? many different ways can a line intersect a circle?
Infinite.
No. Because lines are straight, circles are curved, so it's not infinite.
One spot.
One spot.
And it's
Okay.
right in the center.
That's the center. Technically, is not part of the circle,
Okay.
but one it can intersect at one point.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. What else? Are there any other ones? Hopefully I don't spill on myself. We'll go this way. That way it tips away from me. I'll just use my spoon. Okay. Circle, right?
What can it intersect at 3 different spots? Like,
Okay, so you said one, right?
yeah,
That would be
in the
like this.
middle.
Remember what we call that? The geometry term. Anybody remember what we call it when a line intersects a circle once in one spot? T word. No? Okay. All right. We'll have to remember that one then again. What else? You said 3? Okay.
Yeah. So that's 2.
That's
Well-
2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can it ever be 3? Here, let me get a better line for you. Can it ever be 3? Okay. So once or twice. Okay. Is there any other ones?
I think so. Or not at all.
Or not at all, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Not at all. Okay. So once, twice, or not at all, right? Okay. So a line can intersect a circle at 2 points. Okay. A line can intersect a circle at 1 point, or not at all. Okay. Now, with this one, this first one, this is called a secant line. And we'll deal with that later on in this chapter, where we'll actually find those 2 points of intersection.
Isn't it one of them called like descant or something?
Not descant.
What am I thinking of?
Tangent?
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
I don't know what you're thinking of either, because this one's called tangent. It's a guy that's spent too much time on the beach.
I feel like descant's a musical term. And I just
Never heard of it before, so
I don't know.
I don't know
Maybe
either.
I can
Okay.
find out.
Get it? There? Tangent. Spent too much time on the beach. Okay. And no intersection, we just call that no intersection. Okay. Now, the cool thing about circles is that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent line. So this would be the tangent line right there. So the radius is perpendicular to the tangent line at the point of tangency. So this radius is perpendicular to that line if we are at the point of tangency. Not at the secant points, but at the point of tangency. Okay? Perpendicular. That word's going to come back to haunt us again. Okay? Alright? So what I want is, I want to write the equation of the line tangent to the given circle. So I want to write the equation of this line right here, given the circle and the point of tangency. Okay? So, Russell, my question is this. Here is the equation for my circle, correct?
Yeah.
What do I know about said circle?
Has radius and the lines just touching.
I'm not worried about the line at all. Circles have no lines. Okay? So what can you tell me about x squared plus y squared equals 37?
There's the square root. It has the square root of 37.
What has a square root of 37?
Circle.
But what is that?
I don't know.
Okay. Bailey, what is the square root of 37? Or what can you tell me that you know about this circle?
Not sure.
Not sure? Must not have been paying attention the other day, on Monday.
I don't think I was from here.
Okay. Then that would struggle. Okay. What do you know?
Above.
It's a circle. What's a circle?
Square root of 37.
Or square root of 37 or anything else?
Well, I know the square root of 37 is 6 square root 1, isn't it?
No.
No.
It's a little bit bigger than 6.
Oh. I don't know. I know that circle, it only intersects one time.
At the line, but I'm not worried about the line. I'm just talking about the circle right now.
What do you want to know about?
I want to know everything that you know about that circle. What are the two parts of a circle that we need?
You need R and you need the center point.
Okay. Do you know R?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you know the center point? No?
I don't.
Henry, can you help him out?
The midpoint is 0, 0.
The midpoint?
Or the center.
The center. So from this radius, my center right here is 0, 0. Okay, what else do you know?
That the radius is the square root of 37.
That the radius is the square root of 37. Do I need that for this problem? No.
No.
No, don't need that at all. Okay, all right. Bear, point of tangency. Do I know what this point of tangency is? 6, 1. That's the other part that's given, right? Are you okay if I call it the P-O-T, the pot? Okay, so we'll call it the pot, the point of tangency. Okay, so that's at 6, 1. Okay, love it. Luke, what do you think we need to do to tackle this problem? I want to get to that maroon line, the equation of it.
I'm guessing at the point that it hits, is that what line? Or like the,
I want to find the equation of the line.
don't we have the equation of the line?
No, we have the equation of the circle.
The equation of the line, which would be
What do I need to find equations of lines?
slope.
Slope, okay. So what slope can I find right now?
We can find the slope of the maroon line.
We can. I would need 2 points on the maroon line. I only have 1.
Then we can find the slope of the point of the maroon line and the center of the circle.
So we can find the slope of the radius. Okay, right? So step number 1 is going to be, we are going to find the slope of the radius. Jacob, can you do that quickly for me? Okay. Okay, can that simplify? 1/6. Love it. Okay. Chewing, we're all the way back to you now again. Okay, so we have the slope of the radius now, right? Okay, that's this one right there. Okay, how am I going to find the slope of maroon then? Opposite reciprocal it, because those two are perpendicular, right? Okay, so then the second thing is we're going to find the slope of the line. Faith, what's the opposite reciprocal of 1/6? It would be -6. Okay? Madison, Do I have enough information to find the equation of the line? Because I have what? And a point that it goes through, right? So if I have a point that it goes through and I have a slope, I can find the equation of the line. How am I going to do that? Given a point and a slope. Point slope form's coming back for us again. Yep. Okay. So then I'm going to go into, this would be step number 3, point slope form. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Right? SB, fill me in some stuff.
Y minus 1 equals -6 times.
Keep going. I'll catch up, I promise. Right? Love it. Okay. Sam, distribute. Okay. Plus 36. So my final answer here is going to be -6. Love it. Now, the 37s in this problem were totally coincidental. Okay, just so you know. Okay. All right. What I'd like you to do now is I would like you to find me the equation of the tangent line, tangent to that circle at that point. What you know about that circle is what? Okay. Ooh. Point of tangency is 2, -3, correct? So what is the slope of the radius?
I got 0.
0 over 4. Did everybody else get 0 over 4? You know, I did not get 0 over 4. What did Boo do wrong? But how? What did he do? He did not. What did you get? 8 over 0. Okay. So how is why is his 0 on top and your 0's on the bottom? You put your y's on the top. He put his x's on the top. Okay. Remember, Boo. Rise over run is y's on top. Okay. All right. So 5 plus 3 all over 2 minus 2 gets me 8 over 0, which is undefined, right? Okay. So then I can find my perpendicular slope. What would my perpendicular slope be for 8 over 0? MDX, where to you? It would just be 0 because it would be -0 over 8, right? Which simplifies just to be 0. Okay? Kalia, very quickly, what kind of lines have slopes of 0? Starts with an H. Horizontal lines have slopes with 0, so that means then here in step 3, I need the horizontal line that runs through 2 comma negative 3, and that is y equals negative 3. If I went point slope form, I would have gone y plus 3 equals 0 times x minus 2, and that's going to be y plus 3 equals 0, which gets me y equals negative 3. Homework for tonight is the back side of your worksheet that is due tomorrow, and tomorrow you have a quiz. Okay? Have a good night.